So, one of my previous videos caused quite the stir. Toxic paganism. Now, I'm not one to explain myself or defend myself. There are a few fundamental facts of life, one of which is not everyone's going to like you, I guess we're all villains in somebody else's story. So if I'm the villain of your story, so be it. At my age, I can't really be dealing with nonsense, and honestly, I don't want to be a part of any group either, because, the larger a group gets, the more issues arise, I suppose. And when you look at the greater world outside of paganism, when we move from being tribes and villages with village leaders and elders, and then moved into larger things like counties and countries, these things rise more and more, but specifically with paganism, there is this rise in sort of ego and narcissism. My way is the right way, and people craving to lead groups. I mean, every video that I've made, I certainly hope I've said this, but I will make it very clear now. This is my experience, my connections, something that I've been pushed to share, because I do believe that I hold a lot of knowledge, both through my hereditary genetics, being from a line of gypsies, whether you want to deny that or not, I've been accused of cultural appropriation. Okay, all right. If you want to believe that, then believe that, but, also that deep kenning that is arising in all of us is knowledge that is passed down from generation to generation. There's actually a scientific theory behind it, genetic memory. And through the post-pandemic world, where we all went through quite the trauma of being separated from our herd and overly controlled, through what I deem fascist means, it's cracked open something within our psyche. A lot of very powerful psychics and witches, if you like, that I've met have all had some sort of trauma in their life. I've always said, and I will continue to say, there's a bit of psychic in all of us. I believe that we all have the ability to connect with what I call the world energy. Animals do it naturally. There are many stories of animals who know when a flood is coming or an earthquake, etc., And it is just this energy that is untangible, much like oxygen, but has yet to be explained what it is. And we know that what we perceive in the world is not all there is. I wholly believe in other realms, perhaps even aliens, call me crazy, but, you don't have to see it to know it exists. Do you know what I mean? And, our ancestors, our forebears, called them gods, because to them and from their perception, not having the knowledge we have now, anyway, there are many theories, but you know me, I've just gone on a sidetrack there. So really what I want to make the next few videos about is just to really attend to some of these criticisms. And the first one being a question. What right do we have to tell others or dictate to others how to practice? I certainly don't. And I know in that video, I certainly didn't proclaim my way to be the way, because it isn't. I just felt that their way was inappropriate and certainly had a lot of potential for damage to the greater pagan community, especially, the goat's heads on display, which have very overtly satanic connections, do you know what I mean? Something I know that the mainstream body of pagans has fought hard to change that perception, and I still get asked it today, when I say it, and I say, oh, I'm a pagan. Oh, so you worship the devil then? Animal sacrifice, right? And I'm a bit pissed that I can no longer deny that, because obviously there's a certain group or section of people who believe that's wholly appropriate, and while I find it distasteful and, frankly, in my opinion, wrong, but I also find it unnecessary. You know, um, do what you want. You know, if you want to dress up and play Viking and call it a religion, you know, go ahead. You know, when I put on my robes, that is something sacred. You know, something ritualistic. You know, to put me in the mindset of a higher vibration. When I dress up for work as a fortune teller, that's for fun. That's not serious. You know, we all love to dress up, don't we? You know, and you know, I draw the line at hooped earrings, though. Do you know what I mean? When I put my outfit together, I wanted to keep it as sort of authentic as possible because I still want to respect my ancestry, you know, as well as give the general public what they want, which is, you know, the pomp and ceremony, the whole shebang, you know. So that's the dress up part, you know, dress up any way you want, but don't claim that it's holy, you know, that it's the way. There is no way. So let me stop it here, and on the next one, I'm going to talk a bit more about the offerings part and what I perceive to be the modernisation of that.